It's been a minute. It's been a minute. So I'm trying to get in on my other account so I can watch my live. Need that. I also need to find out. I need to go to my stitch, my row counter, and pull up how many rows I'm on. Okay, I'm on 20. Try to see these comments. I'm on the wrong line. I'm in the wrong line. All right, we on that side, so I'll bring you guys a little bit closer over here. A little bit piece of yarn I've been working on. I was working on some earrings today, some custom earrings. Let me set this phone up so I can see. I can't really see from over there. My arm is covering. Thank you guys so much for the likes. I thought I had threw that over there, little piece of yarn over there. I haven't really been working on this blanket because I've been really busy. Well, no, I take that back. I haven't been really busy. I did have an event next last Saturday, but I kind of been really just relaxing. That's what I really been doing. Hi. Trying to make sure I can see these comments. Flavio. Don't do that, girl. And I'm tripping tonight. I am tripping tonight. I'm on the wrong side, knitting off on the. I suppose I knitted off on the last peg, and then start over there. I don't know why I'm tripping. Hi, Michelle. And then this time is hanging off a little bit. But I've been making I-cord earrings, or I started them, and yeah, I don't know why I'm feeling a little bit off tonight. Maybe it's because I haven't worked on this for one day this week. This is gonna be row 21. I have to remember because I'm doing 25 in this color, and then 10 in the darker green, and then no, was it 10 or 15? I don't know. I don't know if I want to change my mind and just do this same pattern on the other end. I haven't decided yet. I was looking at this pattern and I was like, I don't know. I might want to do the black and like 5 rows of black and then do 10 in the darker green and then still do 25 in the green. I don't know. It just feeling a little bit too thick of black, but my intentions were to put it in between these because this is kind of like it's sitting in between the green. I don't know. I'm making a blanket, so I haven't decided if I want to make the black. It's part of me just said just go and do, your first thought, and just continue on with what I was doing, because it's gonna kind of look awkward if I decide to change it, and maybe it'll be all right. Thank you, Josh. Maybe it'll be all right. I'll just leave it the same way. And the reason why I'm doing kind of like making sure that I'm kind of doing thick lines is because I don't like changing colors. And the thicker the lines, the less color change. So, or thicker the stripes, the less color change. So that's the reason why I had the thick black in between there. It's it's a KB Afghan loom. I appreciate that, Josh. I'm gonna leave it then. it's a um it's a form of knitting. So yeah, I guess I'll leave it that way. I'm like, well, I already started, and it's not like it looks terrible. I just, I don't like really doing a whole lot of color change. So I try to make the stripes as thick as I can to avoid that. Hi, Vivian. Thank you, Michelle. And I got like 4 more rows to do in this color, and then we're going to like the darker green. And this is my first time making like a really dark blanket, so I'm used to doing like bright colors, so they're very eye catchy or whatever. But I was like, let's do something a little different. I had made a cow, and everybody liked the color, so they were like, "Why don't you make something similar to it?" So I was like, "Okay, we'll make a blanket, with those same colors, because I have plenty of yarn to play with in those colors." I had just bought a lot of black, and I have some plans with it, so I'm just gonna have to buy some more black. I'm pretty sure I got like a lot of black hanging around here though. I'm not overly concerned that I'm using this black, because the one that I have in this blanket, I bought 3 more skeins, so I'll probably only need like 1.5 or so to finish this blanket with, because it'll be in mostly green. Uh-oh. All right, now we're going to turn it around and we're going to do our purl stitches. I am doing a garter stitch border, So that is why I'm only doing purl stitches in this area. When I first started, I did a full row of garter stitches. Now I only do it in this area. And I'll let y'all see that in just a second. With kind of explain, because I tend to get that question a lot. How do you keep the blanket from curling? Because you're using like something similar to the stockinette stitch, and the stockinette stitch alone makes the blanket curl. So this is the garter stitch, and then once you get to a certain point where I have that section off, you stop doing the garter stitch all the way around. You stop it and do your stockinette stitch, your loose stockinette stitch, and then you start just doing the garter stitch only for the border area to keep it from curling. So that's why I have this section off right here and on this side. So that's why you just saw me only do like 7 purl stitches, because I don't purl stitch on the first or last peg. And so now I'm going to push all these down so I can do the loose stockinette stitch. Hi, Dimps. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I appreciate it. This is the only slow part about doing this blanket is getting all the stitches to go down and starting your new row. Now, it probably would have been a little bit different if I were doing like, different stitches, but well, a full row of different stitches. It will work a little bit slower. Okay, so the reason why it's this shape is because if you do just one side of the loom at a time, because you can double knit this by doing this. I'm not doing it right, but you can connect the pegs like that to make a double knit blanket. And so stretched all the way out, this will be like 6 or 7 feet long. So they compacted it into an S, so it'll be more convenient to work on, more ergonomic to work on. So that's why it's shaped in the S. And if you stretch out half the loom, it'll still be about 3 or 4 feet. So it just makes it more compact. The S has nothing to do with how your blanket will come out. It'll come out rectangular. All your projects will come out. If you make it into a tube, come out into like a tube or a flat panel. Yeah, it's just so you can make a two, like it's like a really huge round loom. That's really all it is. It's just 120. I mean 198 pegs in a round loom. That's pretty much all it is. And if you stretched it out with just with the pegs being side by side, it's a long loom as well. Hi, Lucian. I'm sorry I can't see what you're saying, so I'll just kind of, answer what I normally get. This is a loom. It's a KB Afghan loom, and it's a form of knitting. I am working on a blanket, and it's not just for blankets, but most people use it for blankets. But you can make cardigans, scarves, beanies, tube socks, cows, and all that stuff on here. Um, Sweaters, dresses, pants, all that stuff can go on here. I mean, can be made on here. And you can use a number up to number 6 weight on here. Thank you, Mother Earth. I love using the pen because it's more I can't think of the word I want to say right now, but basically if you take off the tip, so when you put the tip on, you can use 4 weight or smaller yarn, and then when I take the tip, it's more versatile. That's what I wanted to say. And if you take the tip off, I went up to like a number 7 weight yarn, so you can use pretty thick yarn to like to work on to use it to work with. Uh, some people prefer to use straws, but I prefer the pen every time. I have different ones, but I prefer using the pen because I can do it's more adjustable. And I'm making my end of row border, and this is me doing the 7 garter stitches on this end as well. Thank you. And I mean, they do have looming pens out there, but I tend not to like the looming pens. I'm like, it's just cheaper, to just find one around the house. Now the office pen is difficult to take apart, but it's definitely worth it. Yes. This is just an office pen found around the house, so it's still even got like the company's logo and everything on it. But this yes, this came from Amazon, and it'll come with like a loom knitting hook, and then it'll come with like a pattern book, like 3 patterns in a little pamphlet, not really a book. But pretty much all my looms, KB wise anyway, I get them off of Amazon. But the company that makes this loom sells them on their website as well. So knittingboard.com. And also they have free patterns on their website as well. So the same patterns you'll find in the booklet, the little pamphlet will you can find it on their website. And no, I'm not their spokesperson. I just like sharing the information, and I use this loom all the time. That's about it. And am I making this for someone? No, it's just for content. It's pretty much just for content. I've never heard of a crochet loom, so I'm not sure. And they might have accidentally said the wrong thing, and because there's really only knitting looms. I've never heard of a crochet loom. The crochet community will get really upset. So yeah, they're like it cannot be replicated. And I can say that because I am a crocheter. So don't come in here fussing at me because I am a crocheter, and I just don't take things very serious. Oh, okay. I don't take things very serious. They get up, they'll get upset. This is not knitting. This is crochet. You cannot replicate crochet on a machine. So I poke fun because I am a crocheter. I just don't mind. You can actually do the knit stitch on crochet as well. So it's in it's a Tunisian crochet. It's a form of the stockinette stitch. I got you hooked, Judy. Hey, Judy. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I don't ask me any questions if you're confused, whatever, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm gonna do it on this side. Thank you. But right, it is. It is. But you know what? I won't be done with this blanket until probably fall because I have um I have a couple of events coming up and this blanket's gonna be put down. So so I won't be done with it as quick as I think I might be. So by the time it's chilly, it'll be ready for fall. But I have like 3 or 4 events that I'm planning on signing up for. So this is gonna have to be put down. Like I'm only gonna do it on live, and it's like right. So I'm hoping because you guys are more like chill, so I can do more crochet stuff over here than I can in the other place. So you guys, I like to do more crochet for my events. Hi, Salem. Salem. I like to do a lot of crochet for my events. So, and I'm planning on making more. I have a little knitting machine, a I-cord knitting machine, and so I'm gonna make more earrings that way. So you guys are getting more content like that. Exactly, Judy. Exactly. So I'll probably I'm trying to learn how to make sweaters and stuff like that or shirts and things like that on the knitting machine. Cause I have a like bigger knitting machine. But right now I'm just gonna try and focus on making those earrings and I'm gonna make a couple of bucket hats and some 3D heart pillows and stuff like that for this next event. And then I have another. So the my next event is April 29th or 25th, and then my next one after that is like the end of May or June. Yeah, I'm using the ink pen right now. Thank you, uncommon woman. Yes, I love my crochet. So my favorite thing to crochet is plushies and stuff. So hopefully, I don't really get much views over here for that, but I get just enough. So I'll be crocheting more plushies and stuff like that in the next coming weeks because I have ADHD, so I need kind of like the motivation. Thank you, Judy. I kind of need like the motivation and the what's the word, accountability partners for me to do my work. Cause this week I've been like, okay, I really need to be outside doing stuff, and then I find myself, no, we're just gonna lay down. No, it feels like it's too much. That's how I've been all week. So, um, that's what I really need to. And today, just sitting down trying to make those earrings was. I started last night on the earrings, and that was a drag. So, and I have to remember that I have to do one step at a time. So if I today I was threading a wire through them, and I'm not quite done with that. And last night I made the I cords. So I have to remember to do one thing at a time, so I don't feel like, oh, I got to do like five things right now. And that helps my ADHD to be, just take one step at a time, so things don't feel like a drag. But I suppose have been did so many patterns too that I have not gotten around to. Hopefully, with one less thing off my list, I'll be like, okay, I'm good to go. Thanks so much for the likes. I appreciate it. I got some fun and exciting content coming up soon for you guys to vote on, but I don't want to mention it because if I mention it, it's gonna give it away. So that way, if I tell y'all I have some exciting content coming up, that'll hold me accountable to like post it. Cause it'll be good to have it'll be plushy. So thank you, Uncommon Woman. It'll be plushy. So I will put that out there. I'm so excited because I've had an idea for the both for like a month or so now. So I love doing plushies, and they will be free-handed. They won't. I won't be doing reading a pattern for them. I like doing stuff freehand. And I never take notes because I feel like it slows me down. That's my biggest problem too. And once I freehand, I don't like doing replicas. I have a couple of patterns for some dogs though, some dogs and some dragons. And so hopefully I'll get around to making those like when I take a break, and I'm gonna make a couple of more cows. I've been meaning to make a cow for like 2 years now. I got a piece of fiber right there. It's driving me nuts. All right, I did. What row is this? I hate when I do that. I think this is row. I started with row 20, 21. I just finished another row. Okay, hold on just a second. 21. I did a full row of purl stitch. That was 22. That was 23. This is 24. And one more row after this. Hi, BB Crochet. One more row after this. I have to remember because I've been talking and didn't even know I finished like 3 rows while I was running my mouth. So that's what normally gets me in trouble. It's I do the same thing over and over and over so that I don't accidentally mess up. And so when I'm really talking and distracted, I'm still like going like a robot. So I'm like, wait, what just happened? So I have to catch myself. Thanks so much for the like, Shaw. I appreciate it. So yeah, I have to do things, and I always try to push down the pegs a certain way. Do my E stitch wraps a certain way. Do my purl stitches in a certain way. That way, you know, if I get distracted, it's like it's an automatic. I know what I'm doing kind of thing. Like I said, this is the most annoying part of it is trying to push these pegs down. So right now, I typically have the loom turned this way for when I get ready. So after I do my purl stitches, so I can go and do my purl stitches on the up on this side. I didn't push them all down. A lot of people, they complain about their stitches dropping off. I mean, popping off. And so this is what my hand. Y'all don't really see my hand off the screen. This is how I keep mine from popping off. I'm always holding on to this end for the most part. So this kind of adds tension to it. To not a whole lot. Like I'm not tugging it. I'm letting the yarn slide through it so that that it doesn't get loose or whatever to accidentally pop off. So when I stop and like I have to like I need to like go and push a stitch down over here, I can do that. And then I can still bring it back, you know. So I can move all around here and still be fine with it not popping off because I am holding on to it. And then I just push it down right here. If I've gotten too far, I push it down right here, grab the yarn again, because my hand is not going to stretch that far out. See, I pushed it back down so it keeps from popping off while I'm moving. So yeah, I get a lot of questions about how do you keep it from popping off. I hold the yarn in the other hand, let it glide through, so I can keep track of the tension while I'm wrapping. I also loosen up the yarn from the skein, so I'll do like this, pull it from the skein, and then let it feed through the pin. It's looser than coming from the skein. So I created it. I try to like move where I have a lot of control. I like to have control. Thank you. I mean, hi Nima. I like to have a lot of control, so I've learned, how to manipulate it in a way that it doesn't pop off. Just like if I decided to, oh, I did something, I need to fix something, I lay the pen down a certain way so so that the yarn doesn't pop off while I'm trying to go and fix something. And I'll show y'all that on the next row. Thanks so much for the likes. So I'll uh I'll wrap like 10 rows, and then I'm like, wait, let me grab something real quick, and I'll just lay it a certain way so it doesn't pop off. But yeah, I have like OCD, so so I like to be in control. So that's another reason why I've gotten so hooked on the loom, is because I feel like I can control a lot of stuff because I've been doing it for so long. I've learned how to, manipulate it in a way that it doesn't do the stuff that it used to do. Well, it hardly does it. Now, I'm not gonna say like it 100% doesn't pop off, but I manipulate it in a way that it doesn't pop off as much as it used to. And also, when I finish a row, I wrap like 3 more pegs, and then I knit off. So and lay the pin a certain way, so while I'm knitting off, it doesn't pop off as well. Uh oh. I remember one more row, because I will get excited and I will keep going. One more row. And this is a lazy Susan under here. When my blanket gets heavy, it's very useful. So I don't really do a lot of moving the loom around once it starts to get really heavy. And I use the blanket as a prop too, to like sit it up some. So when it gets a little bit thicker, I start to roll it up some so that I use it as a prop up. So it'll prop up in an angle once the blanket gets bigger. And then I'll show y'all me turning the lazy Susan. So, because all night tonight I've been rotating the loom and not the lazy Susan. So, hi Anna. Okay, so I'm gonna set it a certain way. I'm gonna rotate it. Do I want to rotate it on that side? Wait, this is this is the row I'm supposed to. This is it's gonna be 25, so I need to do 2 more rows. I need to do 2 more rows to keep it. I Jane to keep it's a certain way I do the blanket. I don't change colors on the pearl stitch row, and I'm on row 25, and it's getting ready to be no, I'm not. Yeah, when I wrap this is gonna be row 25, and so once I finish, if I cut this yarn and put the new yarn on, that's gonna be row 26. So the reason why I'm very particular about it is because if you change colors, I'm gonna have to explain it. So if when you change colors on the E stitch row, it's more like I'm trying to find out where the end of it is. Okay, so if you change colors on the E stitch row, you get like a clean color break. If you change colors on a pearl stitch row, this is gonna be on the these right here, those two different. You see how it's a color break, like you got the new color and then you got the old color and then back to the new color. That would be on the front side of your blanket if you do pearl stitches, a pearl stitch color change. So I only change colors on when I'm doing a E stitch, a row of full E stitches. If I'm starting a row with pearl stitches, I won't change the color. So that's why you hear me saying no, I can't change colors yet. I'm getting ready to do the 25th row, and then I'm going to go ahead and do 26, and then I'm going to change the color after I do the 26th row. So we're going to do one more E stitch row and then one more pearl stitch starter row. So this is row 25 because I'm doing 25 at the minimum. And then I'm doing earlier I told y'all I'll stop mid blanket. See how that was about to pop off. I'll start mid blanket. I'm gonna stop mid blanket to show y'all that even when I'm in the middle of wrapping, I just turn the pen the opposite direction from the way that I'm going so that it doesn't pop off while I might want to stop and have a drink, which I really want to stop and have a drink. And so I just turn the pen the opposite direction so that it doesn't pop off while, I stop to go and do something real quick and then I just pick it up. So I've learned to manipulate it to keep it from popping off. That's my dog barking. That's my dog. He's outside partying. It's my dog. The neighbors are in their yard or in the vacant lot next to us, and he's like, y'all making too much racket. And I say I wrap those three pegs. And so if I want to, I can lay the pen down like this and then knit off. But I tend to like just go ahead and press my finger down on that last peg that I wrapped, and I knit off like that because I'm gonna move the loom up and down or whatever. And so now that I've knitted off, I want that to be on take those off because I accidentally, if I leave it on, I accidentally connect the row and make a two row. So you gotta make sure that you unravel that row. I mean those extra pegs that you picked up at the end of the row. But that's just to hold the tension for the full row until, till I'm done. or just really keep it from popping off too. I think that's my other dog barking. And I typically knit off different than other loomers do. They typically do the scoop. I like to toss, just toss it off, just like a toss the stitch off to me to the back of the peg. The scoop is typically like this, and that's why I don't like doing the scoop. This is scoop. I move faster with tossing it off. Oops. Hi, Gloria. I always say there's really not a right and wrong way. Just do what makes you comfortable. If the stitches come out right, then it's fine. Hey, Alyssa. How you doing? Hi, Pasha. Thanks so much for the likes, y'all. Uh-oh. And sometimes I do, my stitches are looser in certain areas, but they tend to work themselves out. So I don't get overly concerned that some of them are really loose because the more I work, I find the area where, I accidentally wrap too tight. So that's good. Awesome. I'm so glad that spring is here. Hi, Ida. All right, this is my last row for sure. For sure. Of this color. That's what I meant to say. My last row of this color. Hey, Southern cousin. How you doing? Are you working on that hoodie? Thank you, doctor. Or have you thought about working on a hoodie? I meant, what's your plans to put it together? Good, good. Look, I hope you share because I've never made one. So I'm gonna lean on your expertise. When you make one, I'm gonna lean on you. Awesome, awesome. I can't wait. Because actually, I was supposed to have made a hooded infinity scarf like forever ago, and I just never did. Figuring out the hood part was so weird to me until I made a hood on the crochet, and I was just like, I should be able to do it that way, but then I just, you know, that that ADHD attention span thing, you know, I kind of just lost interest. I suppose it had started making clothes last year, but yeah, one thing after the other. I've been working on a crochet hoodie for since January. I was hoping to have it done before spring. Naughty, naughty. And I have all the pieces done except for the hood, and it just needs to be sewn up. And I just every time I come out here, yes, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Um, every time I come out here, I find something else to do. But right now, I'm making custom earrings for someone. They wanted 3 pair of heart earrings. I'm making eye cord earrings, and so that's what has my attention right now. Yeah, excuse my dog. I thought he had went on in the house. He already done made them be quiet. It seemed like not too long after they cut off all their music when he barked earlier. I guess he said, "Didn't I tell y'all?" And when I get off, hopefully I'll be like, okay, we gotta get these earrings done. Cause she been waiting on them for about 3 weeks, and then I got another set of earrings to get done. And I would really like to start on something new. as if those aren't new things, but I would like to start on a new project. Hey Kelly, how you doing? Yes, it's been a while. I would like to start on some new projects. I have a long list of stuff that I want to make on the loom. I have a long list of stuff that I want to crochet. The loom stuff is wearable stuff, but I need to make more plushes too. And yeah, that's good. Are you have you healed properly and well? You back at it? Um, I really could have cut that yarn. That would have solidified that I'm not supposed to keep going. He said they back with their racket. Oh, okay, gotcha. I keep thinking about you. I might have to talk a little bit louder now because I'm pretty sure YouTube is gonna kind of like denoise me because the neighbors are blasting music. So I'll try to speak up a little bit louder. Now I gotta remember. Oh wow. I was like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it seems like it's been a long time, but I didn't want to say it out loud. Ooh, I couldn't imagine. I broke my finger once and I kept working. I was very hard headed. It took a long time for that finger to heal. I didn't go to the doctor or nothing. I was very hard headed. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did wrong. Nobody do what I did. Nobody do what I did. Cause at first I was in denial that the finger was even broke. So what happened is it had got infected. I was opening up something and accidentally cut myself with some plastic. And so I was like, oh darn, you know, my finger became very swollen. So I went to putting peroxide and alcohol and everything on it. Well, in the middle of that, the finger is swollen, and so it's sticking out like this. And so when I slammed the door of my shed, I slammed my finger in there. And so yeah, it was crazy. But I wrapped my finger in between two of those wood sticks, tongue depressor, tongue uh, presser things that at the doctor's. I wrapped my finger in two of those and put it in between two of those and put some rubber bands around to keep me from moving it. Oh, that sounds so bad. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, mm, I was really hard headed. Then since I refused to give it time to heal, I kept doing stuff, and it kept the swelling would go down, and I kept doing stuff, and then it would swell again. Wait, what am I doing? I am supposed to be, yeah, I'm doing right. I am doing right. Thanks so much for the likes. I'm supposed to be changing colors over here. I had to remember which side I was changing colors on. So yeah, I was very hard. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Hi, Jaya. I'm sorry I can't see what you're saying. I'll just say what I'm kind of doing. This is looming. It's a form of knitting, and I'm making a blanket, and I'm using number 4 weight yarn. You can go up to number 6, and you can make a lot of different things on here, so you don't have to just make blankets. But that's what most people make use it to make. You can make cardigans, scarves, tube socks, beanies, and all that stuff. I'm just going into a darker green, y'all. Oh wow. I would want to say that was that felt awkward, but I know some women we tend to like to be free. Oh, cost of it. I think it's like let me go double check. I'm thinking it was 49 the last time I looked. Let me double check. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Hmm. I thought it was gonna pull up on Amazon automatically, but it didn't. Oh no, that's not it. Nope, nope. Everything but Amazon picked up. Gosh darn it. Hold on. I gotta go to Amazon. I I don't think I have Amazon on this phone. Let me go ahead and get this off. Stop it. Let's go to Amazon. Oh, I do have it. Mm. I didn't think it would be on here because I hardly use this one. I mean this phone. Mhm. Yeah, it's $49.99 on Amazon. They also have like a knitting board has a website. It's called knittingboard.com. So it's on Amazon. Oh, I'm sorry, baby doll. Hope you feel better soon. Not this year, Kelly. I think KB is an overseas company. I'm not sure, so it might be where you could get it. Um, Jaya. I'm so sorry to hear that, Kelly. I hope you're getting plenty. Y'all are getting plenty of rest, and as best as y'all can. Let me go and take this hot glue off my thumb because it's bothering me just sitting there. I was playing around with hot glue earlier, and while I'm making those earrings. Thank y'all so much for the likes. I appreciate it. And I try to work on it off of live so that y'all are not just looking at a certain color for so long. Like hopefully I'll be in like partially black. Or made my way mostly through black. I think that black is squishing this green. I'm gonna pick it up off of it. But it's making it harder to go through. It's much better. And y'all see me when you see me doing this, I'm borrowing from the other pegs to loosen up that stitch some that I'm trying to pull off the loom to do my new curl stitch. Right now, I'm not gonna keep count of the stitches because I can go up to like a little net. I can go up to like 5 before I need to like. Thank you, Rob. Right. Hi, Moon Rose. Thanks so much for the likes, y'all. I appreciate it. Which way I got this? It's wrapped all the way around there. Knocked my phone over to the side. I got about 30 minutes left, y'all. Uh-oh. I'm making a blanket about 5 foot by 7. Right, just starting to be spring. I love spring. Hi, Emily. Uh-oh. A little tight. Hi, Rain. It's very fun and relaxing, Judy. I love it. It's a took a while for me to get a little click on it, but it's very fun and relaxing. You can make a lot of different things on it. Cool. I would like to visit Canada someday. My bad, y'all. I know it gets loud when they cut a bump and stuff. Um, Hi, Vasra. Oh, cool. I like to the closest I've been out of the country is international waters. That's about it. I had the opportunity to go to I think it was Scotland, but I was pregnant, so I didn't want to travel while I was pregnant with my first. My husband tried to get me to come with him, but I was pregnant. So that's my one of my only regrets in life is not just going ahead and taking that trip. I'm making a blanket. Oh, cool. Got this under here. Trying to get it from under there. Thanks so much for the likes, y'all. Appreciate it. Uh-oh. It don't happen all the time, but it happens. Hi, Bushra. Uh-oh. That's what I now train trip. I've always wanted to do a train trip. A very scenic route train trip. Yeah, I got about 15 minutes left. Uh-oh. No, it's a darker green, but it's you can't really tell because the probably because of live. So it's going from like kind of in between like medium green, then dark green, then black. I was gonna put gray in it because it was supposed to be Slytherin inspired, but I think my husband is gonna confiscate it because he's like, no, don't add the silver in there. So I took his suggestion and didn't add the silver, but I wanted to put some silver in there, and I think he's like, that's my blanket because he is a yeah, he's a Slytherin fan, and that was the theme of this blanket, but he asked me not to put silver in there, so he likes dark colors. His favorite colors are red and black, but you know, I might have to get some more of this green yarn though. Oh, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. It's good to hear from you. I hope you're doing well and have a good rest of your evening. Hi, Vera. Awesome. Okay, head to Michael. I think now if I get paid tomorrow, I was trying to take my son somewhere, and I was using him as a way to get to Michael's because he wanted to do a little shopping, and so I was like, well, I'm willing to take you to blah blah. I'm not willing to go the other direction. And then I got to think, I'm like, oh, there's a Michael's in that direction. I'm like, yeah, you wanna go shopping there? Yeah, I'm willing to go there. Of course. So I could sneak in a little shopping trip because I'm missing something. I need a tan yarn like really bad, and I don't want to shop for it online because I just ordered some vanilla and I thought that it was gonna be close to tan, but it wasn't, and it upset me. And so now I gotta go shop for some tan yarn. I have like some ginger color yarn, like some gingerbread color yarn, but it's not what I want. It's what I want, but I need the tan. I'm trying to do like skin, this the skin tone, so I need the tan yarn. I got this ginger color for other skin tones, so I got to have it. That's good. So I definitely wear mine for the most part anytime I'm crafting, except for when I'm sewing stuff together. Now I do get a little hard headed and don't use them when I'm sewing stuff, but if I'm working stitches, I will make sure I put my gloves on. And then I got into diamond painting. I haven't been using it for diamond painting, so I'm just pushing stuff down. Yeah, that's the plan, or maybe I don't know yet. He's like 5'9", so what was it 5'7"? He's 5'7". The kids are 5'9", so one's 5'7", one's 5'9". But anyway, yeah. So that's the plan. Now, if I get to a point and I'm like I'm sick of making it, it might not. I still might end up making it that long though. Knowing me, I'm making a blanket. All right, I have about 5 more minutes left, and I normally go live on Sunday nights and Monday nights here on YouTube from 8 to 10 p.m. Central. If you want to catch me on TikTok, I'm on TikTok on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Central. So this is my last row I'm going to put on here. And then I'm going to get off of here. Yeah, that long. That's how long I made the boys blanket for Christmas. I'm going to do about that long. Did I miss one? I don't know. So, oh, okay. Yeah, I made the boys that long for Christmas. So I was like, well, might as well. The only thing that probably would stop me is not having enough yarn and not in the mood for buying more yarn. So, so the point, because the point was to like just really use my stash. So we'll see. Cause it's looking like I'm gonna have to buy more of this green. I have plenty of hunt, not hunter green, patty green. I need to probably buy more hunter green. Thank you, Sherry. It's very fun and relaxing for me. Um, about five. I typically use well, less. I just referred to the last time. I use about, I think it was like six games of. I used a really big jumbo, super saver jumbo skein that's 400 and some plus yards of yarn. So I use about six of those, if that much. I know I use like a little over four for a 5 foot by 5 foot, so it might be about, yeah, about six, 5.5 to 6, somewhere around there. I can't really remember. I just kept buying yarn because at first I wasn't. Well, I just said I was gonna buy as I went, and I didn't buy in bulk. I was just buying yarn. Yeah, so there's I wasn't trying to spend that much, and I was just buying because I didn't want to buy it in bulk either. Now, I'm planning on turning back around, and that red blanket, I'm planning on making another full size red blanket like the baby blanket I made. Now that one's gonna cost me over 100 and something for the skeins that I want for that one. So I already know. I've been pricing it. I think it was like 120 something for the blanket yarn because I was buying like 12 skeins of it. So we'll see. But Amazon won't let me buy 12 at one time. They'll only let me buy three at a time. So, and Amazon only has the color that I'm looking for. Nobody else has it. I don't even want to go on Etsy and try to see if I can find it that way. Cause no. Which I really, yeah, I still go and get 12 because I got one here, but I rather have 13 than have 12. So I just go still buy 12. So I'll probably buy 12 of them over the summer and hopefully be done with that blanket by Christmas. Because I think it'll be a really nice blanket for the fall and winter to have a mother and baby blanket like that. Ooh, see, yeah, that's that's gonna be my problem is to avoid having to ship it anywhere. Cause I these are not like custom. Like I'm not making them for anyone. I'm just making them. So I'm gonna try to avoid having to ship them anywhere. Especially, I think the post office has went up on their prices, so I'm really trying to avoid the post office right now. But I saw I accidentally put in a well, my old PO box to see if I can get something shipped there, and the price was like almost twice the price of it being shipped to my yard. So yeah, so I don't know about the post office right now, but that was my last row. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I should be back here tomorrow at 8 from 8 to 10 p.m. Central. Hope to see you guys then. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. You too.